This is the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Single Bar City, otherwise known as St. Louis, enters today's contest without a single loss. They are 4-0 for the first time in franchise history. They come into Week 5 looking to continue their early season success against the rebirthed DC Dragons. Hello everyone, I'm Tyler Falk with Benji Matson joining me here in the booth. Ben Warner on stats and the commish Cameron Irvine as our producer. Benji, it's been fun to watch these Gladiators go on a tear here early on, but their next opponent is looking to singe their ambitions.
Tyler, nice to be with you this evening. I can't wait to see this game. Yes, DC, after losing their first two games by a combined score of 50-10, the Dragons now have started to turn things around. After a strong showing on the road, losing 31-34 to a strong Mexico City team, Charleston needed a last-minute touchdown in Week 4 to squeak out the victory over these Dragons 28-21. Now DC are starting to breathe fire and come to life. They'll have their work cut out for them, though, today at home against those undefeated St. Louis Gladiators and quarterback sensation Christian Brown. 4-0 for the first time in franchise history. I know St. Louis has already considered this season a success, but I know their eyes are on a bigger prize. This is going to be a good game, Tyler. I can't wait to see how this one unfolds.
And here we go. We have kickoff in the dungeon of Jacare Stadium. Turn by Kay Marion's going to start about 2 yards in her own end zone, and she's going to bring it right up to the 20 where she would have been if she had taken a knee. And so we'll see Shabazz Synergy and company come out for the first time today.
Playing at home, DC has an opportunity with the ball to start this game, to play ahead perhaps, and not from behind, which might be key in this game today for them if they want to stay on pace. Let's see if they can play ahead throughout the game today.
Tightly bunched near formation here on first down. It'll be a handoff to the rookie Kevin Say up the middle, and he'll pick up 1 yard. Offensive lineup for the Dragons goes as follows. Shabazz Synergy is the quarterback. Rookie Kevin Say and Suge Tragan are the running backs. Jeff Banfield, Kingston Ellington, Josh Gill, and Kay Marion make up the rookie wide receiving core, and then two rookie tight ends, Dennis Segili and Ziggy Hronik. Same formation. They'll catch St. Louis offside here on this one. And so early on here, Benji, we're going to see some dirty laundry on the field. Let's go to R62 for the first time to see what the official call is. They're going to get Igor Barbatov for St. Louis caught offside on that one. And Benji, coming into this one, it's all gold versus black and gold. A very interesting color combination, to say the least.
Yeah, it looks a little bit bruising perhaps on the field, which might be an indicator here how this game is going to go. Some bruising play between these two teams today.
It'll be Synergy under center in a flip formation from the first two plays of the drive. Another handoff for Say up the middle, and Say is going to be wrapped up after maybe a gain of 2, and that'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Right off the bat here, we see DC perhaps doing a bit what we thought they might do today, turn around and hand the ball off to their rookie sensation. They've got a chance now to pick up a first down in this game, keep the possession, which is going to be key for them today. Let's see what they do.
We'll spread the field for the first time today with 3 wide receivers. Synergy back to pass over the middle, and that is caught and hauled in by Kay Marion. She has her first reception and the Dragons' first down of the ball game.
Excellent possession there, and reception by Kay Marion. Tall rookie receiver. They call her Money. Kay Money Marion stands 6'6", 222 pounds. She's an outstanding rookie for the Dragons.
Making an impact already as their social media director as well. A lot of promise from this rookie core. Quick out route from Synergy, and that finds the target for a good gain of 4.
2 quick completions by the Dragons, toting this ball down the field. This is a good thing to see earlier in this game, having success, mixing the play calls up. You don't want to lean too much on Kevin Say. He's been a workhorse, and we'll talk about that throughout the game today. The Gladiators are lining up, maybe queuing on where the big mooses in the backfield. So this is a good sign watching DC kind of spread the ball around here early.
Offset single back here on second down for the Dragons. Synergy rolls out and dumps it over the middle, but that's going to fall incomplete just out of the outstretched arms of Jeff Banfield.
Yeah, a little bit of a designed movement there to the right in the pocket. Thought he had exactly what he needed on that pass play, but the pass does come up short. Sets up a interesting third down here, almost approaching midfield.
St. Louis did a fantastic job last week of covering the about 10-yard route plays. Let's see if they can keep that up here this week. Synergy over the middle, and that one's going to fall incomplete as well. And that'll be fourth down upcoming for these Dragons.
Tough play there on that third down call. Looking like they were going right in the middle of the field there, but there was quite a cluster of gladiators waiting there. Perhaps lucky that ball wasn't intercepted. Forces the punt here for DC, but they're at the midfield area. They have an opportunity here to pin the gladiators deep, and as they come out on offense here for the first time.
We'll see Ron Van Cleef out to punt here for DC for the first time. Punts away, and it's Elsie Mondavi waiting the return. She'll start at about her own 15 and take it up to about maybe the 16 or 18-yard line.
And as St. Louis comes on the field, they're led by their rookie quarterback, Christian Brown, who's been on fire recently. Had an excellent game last week. He's playing really well at that quarterback spot, and that consistency and leadership at that QB spot is something St. Louis has been waiting for at that QB position for a long time. So this is exciting for them this season.
They'll start out passing here with Christian Brown. Dumps under middle to a wide open Eagle Mondavi, and right away here, Benji, it's an automatic first down.
Great catch by Mondavi, one of these star receivers on this team. He's always open. At least that's what Eagle says. And so that's a great reception there across the middle, sets up the first down. And right off the bat, the Gladiators come out firing.
Another first down handoff up the middle for Martinez, and Martinez is stopped right at the line. Offensive lineup for St. Louis goes this way. Christian Brown, the rookie quarterback, was fantastic a week ago. Cairo Martinez is the halfback with Bill Cherry, his fullback. Eagle Mondavi, Paul Delavu make up the wide receivers with Phil Koss and Guy Clausen at tight end. 2nd and 10, DC puts 8 men in the box, expecting run. Instead, St. Louis will pass near side, nearly picked off. Fantastic play by Eric Gugger, and that's going to force third down.
St. Louis is lucky that pass is not still heading towards the end zone right now for 6 for DC. It looked like at the snap of that ball, Christian Brown was zeroed in on Guy Clausen there, knew exactly where they wanted to go on that out route. And there was just a host of Dragons there. So I think they're lucky now that they've got a 3rd and 10, and they're not looking at 6 points on the board for DC.
Interesting formation here on 3rd and long. Everyone's all packed in tight near the line of scrimmage. Pass far side is tipped up and away, and DC forces a nice 4th down.
Absolutely great play by rookie Casey Husky on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of rookies on this DC Dragons defense, and we'll be calling their names tonight, but that's a great play by the outside linebacker out of Holton, Kansas. Casey Husky was a 3rd-round pick for the Dragons, and that's a crucial play to get these Gladiators off the field.
So far looking like how you had called it here with the uniforms here, Benji. A bruising start. No traction at all for either defense to get this ball going, as the return by Marion nets maybe 2 yards, and so we'll see DC come on for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
And that's okay if this is going to be a bruising matchup between these two teams today. St. Louis is used to playing great defense. Defense from DC is up and coming. They've let a few points be scored this season, but they've been keeping this team in games at the same time. So I think local scoring game might play well for both these teams today.
Shotgun formation here on 1st down for the Dragons. Synergy, 2-step drop, pressure coming up the middle, gets the ball away, and it's nearly picked off over the middle.
Yeah, that was a lucky pass there. The fact that one was dropped incomplete sets up the 2nd and 10. DC playing the field position game here early on. good starting field position, almost at their 40 here, throwing on first down, 2nd and 10. You might want to, well, I'm not sure what the play call is going to be here, but they want to see if they can catch St. Louis off guard.
Back to pass synergy on 2nd down. Nice little out route. Finds his man. That's hauled in by Jeff Banfield for his first reception of the ball game.
Yeah, good play call indeed. They made up a chunk of yards there, sets up a third manageable, 3rd and 5. Jeff Banfield, one of these rookies on the offensive side of the ball that has been doing some good work for DC recently. Had a nice 5-catch, 80-yard game last week. He's a tall receiver, 6'3". He was the last pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant, but he's been playing really well for DC. Could be a key player in this game today.
Handoff on 3rd down for Say. Say spins away from one, has a lane, and he's going to break off one at the 30, and he taken down at the 21-yard line. This rookie is something special, Benji.
The Moose is loose in DC. Kevin Say has been waiting a long time to get on the stage here, and early in this Week 5 contest, he is showing what he's got, breaking tackles. He's got good burst. He is carrying the weight of this team early on in this season, leading the team in touches, and we see here that he is powerful and can break a game.
Energy back to pass, going to be a dump off to Say off the backfield on a screen pass, and Say slips through a tackle at the 14 and gets all the way down to the 12 for a 9-yard pitch and catch.
And Kevin Say is a great weapon for DC to have here in the passing game. Coming into today's game, 45 receptions on the season for Kevin Say is 2nd in the entire league for all receivers. So Kevin Say gets this ball, handoffs, screen passes, you name it. He's just really versatile.
Handoff, Say up the middle, and he'll have enough for the first down all the way to the 10, and it's 1st and 10 at the 10 for the Dragons.
And that huge play by the Moose has got them set up now here. 1st and 10. Great start here. Playing the field field position game. Punts early, breaking that big play. They're on the doorstep, putting some points on the board. Great start here early.
Grips near side on the play action from Synergy. Pass far side, hauled in at the 1, and it'll be marked just short, so they're going to hurry up to the line and see if they can punch it on 2nd down. Another play action for the Dragons. Synergy over the middle, intercepted in the end zone.
Oh no.
And that's clutch defending from the Gladiators. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
DC wanted to put pressure on the Gladiators right there on the goal line, running that hurry up after that 10-yard completion. They thought they had their play here, but the Gladiators were just in the right spot at the right time there on defense. Colin Douglas with the interception. Go ahead.
I was going to say, with that interception, Colin Douglas now ties Aaron Lee for 6th all-time in interceptions. So a fantastic play from one of their stalwarts here on the St. Louis defense. And up the middle for Cairo Martinez is going to get about 3. The DC defense goes as follows. The men of the trenches are Exodus O'Brien, John Gary, and Benny Butcher. Riley Coos, Casey Husky, and Clint Hendershot make up the linebackers. John DeSantis, David Leathers, and Eric Gugger are the cornerbacks, with Jack Russell and Kanye Rockefeller as the safeties. Passing play here for St. Louis on 2nd down. Out route to Dillaboo is caught and hauled in for 1st down yardage.
That's a staple play in this Gladiator playbook. They run those routes so well. Nice connection there from Christian Brown to Paul Dillaboo. Paul Dillaboo in his 2nd campaign here had a nice game himself last week. 9 catches, 87 yards. Very serviceable wide receiver. Excellent target for Christian Brown on the outside.
Hide formation here on 1st down. Another passing play. Pressure coming off the edge, but Brown is able to get away. But that may end up as an incomplete pass, as he maybe led Martinez out a little bit too far.
It looks like Christian Brown really hung in on that one, hoping that his primary receiver down the field broke open, but maybe he made the smart play there, just getting rid of the ball. Unfortunately, didn't gain any yards on that attempt, but they do retain possession for 2nd down.
Offset eye behind Brown on 2nd down. DC puts 7 in the box. Another passing play. 5-step drop from Brown. Pass near side, and it's tipped up in the air, and it'll fall incomplete. Eric Gugger has made some nice plays early on in this ball game.
Absolutely. Eric Gugger, the cornerback, another rookie. He's out of Tacoma, Washington. Strong play here for DC in that secondary. Had 4 tackles last week. Another rookie on this DC defense that's growing up right before our eyes, learning how to play defense in the SFL. Great play there, Eric Gugger.
16 rookies in total for DC. Count them. Brown under pressure, and he is sacked up the middle. Coming through is Exodus O'Brien for his first sack of the ball game.
Exodus O'Brien, only one other sack previous to this on the season. Sack number 2 for the rookie. He is a big defensive end, 6'3", 300 pounds. Great sack by Exodus O'Brien.
Rockefeller will go back to receive the punt from Graham Northrup. Rockefeller tries to shake one, but is leveled at the 36, and so that is where we'll see Shabazz Synergy trying to shake off the yips from throwing the interception on the last drive on the goal line and see if he can rebound and put his team on his back and drive down the field for 6 this time.
Absolutely. What they've got to do right now is just forget what happened on that final drive. That was a great drive by DC. It didn't end the way they hoped it would, but you got to put that out of your mind now and just focus on this drive.
Synergy all alone in the gun here on first down. Deep pass over the middle, tipped up in the air again. And St. Louis has done a fantastic job all season of stopping those over the middle routes.
Absolutely. They are packing it in right here. If you look on the screen, DC's got 3 receivers in the area. Everyone running to a point, and Gladiators are right there waiting for them. Good tipped ball there by St. Louis on defense. It's like they're all packed in the middle there, making it really hard for DC. DC's had some success on the outside, so what might happen here on second down? They've run a nice little 5-yard out a couple times, trying to make up some of that yardage. This could be an opportunity where they run a similar play on 2nd and 10.
0-0 our score here, but the game going over on the 11 Sports Network sees LA leading Vancouver 20-14 as Synergy is going to be hounded and brought down for a sack, a loss of 7, and there's a fantastic play from the back of defensive tackle Mo Biggins.
There were a couple Gladiators there meeting at the quarterback. Big Mo is in there. I think maybe Rodney Panini in there. Couldn't quite see on that call there, but man, it was meet at the quarterback. That was the name of that play in the Gladiator huddle.
And so it'll be 3rd and very long coming up for these Dragons. They'll go 4 wide. Synergy, 5-step drop, pass, near side, caught. Fantastic play call, and Kingston Ellington hauls it in for a DC first down.
Awesome connection there. We were just talking about how the middle was so packed in right there, and Shabazz does a great job of hitting his receiver on that fade route or that corner route. It was open, great pass, great catch, huge first down to keep the chains moving for DC.
DC on the other side of the 50. Synergy going to dump it off to save. Spins away from 1, and he'll be tackled after a good pickup of 6. The St. Louis defense will line up as such. Igor Barbatov, Todd Dupstep, and Tom Tanner are in the trenches. Mark Gronick, Ronnie Panani, and Tony Roberto make up the linebackers. Freeman Peltier and Drew Lee are the cornerbacks, with Zach Holdorf, Geralt Winkler, Colin Douglas, and Nicholas Warner at the safety spot. Say again gets a call to the outside, nearly broke off another big one, but is wrapped up by Ronnie Panani after a gain of 2.
It's early in this game, but Kevin Say is looking good. He's hungry, and he wants to lead this Dragon team to a victory here. He's looking crisp and fresh, making good cuts, running Gladiators over. Kevin Say is looking good here early in this game today.
Offset eye behind Synergy on 3rd and short. It'll be another handoff to Say, and they've got blockers for him on the far side. He'll pick up the first down, and DC again is driving deep into St. Louis territory.
Absolutely. Turn around and hand the ball to the Moose. Great blocking up front by that Dragon offensive line. Kevin Say does the rest, breaking through, moves the chains. After that, excellent drive on their last possession that ended in that turnover on the goal line. Don't look now. DC is driving once again on this Gladiator defense inside the 30-yard line.
67 yards already here for Say in the first quarter. Gets the call again, is met at the line and brought down by Nicholas Warner.
Nicholas Pop Warner, good play there from a strong safety position. No stranger to the SFL is Nicholas Warner. He knows how to sniff out a running back and set him on the ground. Great play there, wrestling the Moose to the ground.
7-year vet and second year with the team, Nicholas Warner. Again, one of the many veterans on this St. Louis defense. 2nd and 9, quick drop here from Serenity, pass over the middle. That's hauled in by Kay Marion, and she gets them all the way down to the 19, just a yard shy of the first down marker.
Excellent play there by Kay Marion. That's where that tall frame really comes in handy. With all that traffic in the middle, having a tall receiver, 6'6", that's a fantastic option to have at quarterback. Always visible, especially in a crowd.
Under handoff to Say to the far side, and he'll pick up another first down on a good pickup, and they're now into the red zone are the Dragons.
And as this first quarter comes to the close, I would say that this chalk this one up as a victory to DC here at home, playing a strong St. Louis team, retaining possession of this ball. They just hope to put this one in the end zone here.
An old-fashioned slugfest on our hands, everybody. It's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. Welcome back to Washington, D.C. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Benji Matson. Glad to have you along with us this evening as it's the D.C. Dragons who are driving into St. Louis territory, looking to put up their first points of the ball game. Another pass to the corner, and it's caught, but well out of bounds. Had the right play drawn up, just maybe a little bit too far for Josh Gill.
Yeah, just out of sync there on that play. He was wide open. Could have scored 6 there if they could have just been a little bit more in tune on that one. 2nd and 10, though. They're right back where they were in that previous drive. Let's see if they can mix up the play call here. Try and get this thing in the end zone.
Safety comes down to help the cornerbacks on the near side, leaving the top exposed. Synergy is going to dump near side, and that's nearly picked off again. Todd Dupstedt gets his mitts on there, and it's 3rd down.
Absolutely. That was almost going the other way again. Looking for Dennis Segili, the tight end, on that play there, but just nothing else open on the field. Maybe it would have been advisable to maybe hold on to that one, not let that one go, but they're lucky they've got another 3rd down here.
They're already in field goal range, so as long as they're able to keep possession, we should see our first point to the ball game. 4 wide and offset single back for the Dragons. Synergy, 5-step drop pass deep over the middle, and it's caught! Touchdown! DC! Jeff Banfield gets his first touchdown of the ball game.
Jeff Banfield on the strike from Shabazz Synergy. Awesome play here. Great connection with the quarterback. He knows exactly where he's going on this play. Wide open, no one in the middle. Jeff Banfield makes an excellent cut. Rings that one in for his 2nd touchdown on the young season. Excellent play, Jeff Banfield, and your DC Dragons have the lead.
So DC Dragons get the score and roll in here at home as, pending the extra point, it should be 7-0 here early in the second quarter. Don Wilson on to attempt the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. DC leads this one 7-0.
That drive erases what was, up until that moment, a painful memory potentially for DC of the interception on the goal line on the previous drive. But man, Shabazz Energy leads a fantastic drive here, right back down the field, in command, leads them in for 6, and then they've got the lead. Strong start again for DC at home.
And Elsie Mondavi gets her return started, and that's going to be a very nice return all the way up to the 28. And so we'll see Christian Brown and company come back on the field here. Benji, what do they got to do to answer DC?
Well, I think first things first, They got to stay on the field. Got to pick up some first downs here. You got to move the chains. This is going to be the third possession of the game. They've had 2 punts. They just haven't had much success yet on the ground. Christian Brown, 2 for 6. Maybe try and get Cairo Martinez a bit more involved here on this series.
5-step drop here for Christian Brown. Tries to throw it near side, but the defense was all over that. Casey Husky gets his hands up and knocks that pass aside.
And KC's second deflection of the game today. Christian Brown thought he had Phil Koss, their big tight end, open. Looked like he was trying to sidearm something, maybe get it underneath a few arms from that Dragon defense. But ultimately, Casey Husky is there and makes another good play on the ball for the DC Dragons defense.
Be 4 wide here on second down. Christian Brown sees something he doesn't like in the defensive package. Calls an audible at the line. Another 5-step drop here from Brown. Pass near side to a wide open receiver. And a fantastic pickup. It's the tight end, Phil Koss.
Christian Brown going back to his security blanket. Phil Koss couldn't connect with him on the previous play, and they've got him here. Phil Koss runs a great route. Another corner route. He gets wide open behind the defense there. This is a great tight end here in St. Louis. A weapon that Christian Brown is going to have all season long. Someone he can go to, often when he gets in sticky situations. But he's a great tight end and can make a big play for you, which he did just there for the Gladiators.
3-4 defense on the field for DC, and it's going to be Martinez getting a nice little hole. We saw him hit a bunch of those holes last week against Vancouver, and he's off to a good start here.
Yeah, he had 26 carries last week in that game against Vancouver, 78 yards on the ground. So I think it's a win here for St. Louis if they can get Cairo Martinez involved in the game and get him going. We know Kevin Say is going to be that workhorse for DC. Cairo Martinez is capable of doing the same for St. Louis on a good given day.
2nd and 1. Martinez again gets the call up the middle, able to fight through traffic and pick up the first down. It's a good little pickup of 6. And St. Louis on a very promising drive.
Yeah, big play to tight end Phil Koss has kind of loosened up this Dragons defense here. They've been able to go right back to Cairo Martinez and get a couple positive plays on the ground. So now St. Louis is probably more operating up to speed here on this drive. Looking good so far.
2 tight ends and the running back off to the left. Pass over the middle into quadruple coverage, and it's incomplete.
I think there were 5 Dragons there. Christian Brown knew where he wanted to go on that play, but that was a tricky one. He would have had to absolutely thread the needle to get that one in there and get that completion done. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted. Sets up a 2nd and 10.
Right now for Christian Brown, he's 3 of 9. He's had double the number of incompletions he's had since last week, so needs to be a little bit more protective of that football as he gives off to Martinez, and Martinez is able to rumble off 4 before he's wrestled to the ground.
Good play here by Cairo Martinez. Yeah, Christian Brown had a fantastic week last week. Completed 90% of his passes, 28 of 31, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Perfect game by Christian Brown. But if you're having difficulty on the road, like you are right now, lean on that running game. Hand that ball off to Cairo Martinez.
Offset eye, they'll go back to the pass here on 3rd down. Pass near side, nearly picked off again. John DeSantis comes down and will knock it away, and so St. Louis will have to settle for a field goal.
Fantastic job by the DC defense there. They knew where Phil Koss lined up on that play, and the big tight end did run another corner route, and this time that Dragons defense was ready for it. Knocks that ball away. Bend but don't break. Great drive to here, or great ending to this drive here for the DC Dragons to force the field goal.
So it's the leg. Amy Shalizzi on to attempt a 39-yard field goal from the right hash. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. St. Louis adds 3 of their own. It's 7-3 DC.
A moral victory for the Gladiators on this drive on the road. They got some points out of it, and they looked good getting down the field on offense. Christian Brown appearing a bit more dialed in, hit that big play to Phil Koss that helped that drive get across midfield, and then mixing in Cairo Martinez. They looked a lot better on that drive than they did in their first 2.
Rockefeller going to stand in his own end zone and take it out from there. Gets it to about the 20, tries to roll past the defenders, but it's tackled down at the 22. And so Benji, DC had a nice drive, which ended in a touchdown last time out. Can they do the same thing here?
Oh, you know they can. I'm sure they're talking about that in the huddle right now. That's what Shabazz is saying. He's like, come on, guys. We took it to them 2 drives in a row now. Let's do it a 3rd drive and punch this one in and take a big lead.
Trips far side of the formation here on first down. Synergy back to pass over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of his target. In there on the coverage was the safety Colin Douglas, looking for his second pick of the ball game.
Yeah, Colin Douglas just playing center field back there. Saw that one developing right in front of him, was able to stick his mid out there and make the great defensive play to knock that ball away. And DC is continuing to look first on these routes developing across the middle, and St. Louis is continuing to pack that in. We're going to be really interesting to see if they continue to force that ball in the middle as this game progresses.
Another passing play, a deep 7-step drop for Synergy deep over the middle, and that one's picked off again. Great play there from Geralt Winkler, and St. Louis will take over.
Fantastic play by Geralt Winkler. Running back just does what he does best. Look at him. In the wink of an eye, picks that one off. Sets up the Gladiators as a big turnover. Again, we see DC trying to go down the field, down the middle, living dangerously perhaps right now with that aspect of their passing attack.
First down and pretty good field position here for the Gladiators. Brown pass near side, deflected up in the air, and it almost looked like it was going the other way. John DeSantis knocks it away.
Another good play here, and they're looking for the tight end again on that corner out. This time they're looking for rookie Guy Clausen. Guy Clausen could be an underrated, under-the-radar play in this game today. We're seeing that St. Louis is having some trouble moving the ball. They did get Kyron Martinez involved on that last drive, but they like to throw out 2 tight end sets here. So Guy could come into play in this game if St. Louis is having problems moving the ball.
And Kyron Martinez up the middle, only to able to get one. And so this DC defense here, Benji, has just been smothering this run game up the middle.
Yeah, they really have so far. I mean, looking unofficially at our stats, St. Louis is still under 100 total yards for the game here, approaching or right around that 80-yard mark as we're approaching halfway through the second quarter.
2-step drop to be a dump off to the fullback, Bill Cherry, and Cherry is unable to pick up the first mark, 2 yards shy. And so another great stand by this Dragons defense is going to force St. Louis to punt it away.
Absolutely. St. Louis did a great job of killing that drive. Unfortunately, they couldn't make anything happen, but now they're going to have an opportunity to pin DC super deep. And how about that play by the Cherry bomb there? Bill Cherry, don't you love it? See those big fullbacks out there catching those one-handed passes out of the backfield.
Pressure coming from DC, but Northrop's able to punt it away safely. This diving stop by the hands team is just a little bit too shy, and that's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, special teams for the Gladiators might circle that play right there. Still 7 minutes to go in this half. If they could have pinned DC on the goal line there for a series, percentages say they could have gotten the ball back in great field position here. Still a tough start for DC though on just their 20.
4 wideouts here on first down for Synergy and company. He's back to pass. He's going to float it underneath, caught by Kevin Say, and Say able to muscle off one defender before being brought out of bounds after a gain of 8.
And DC's been operating great on offense so far. I harped on them just a second ago on that previous drive about continuing to look down the middle. That's a fantastic opportunity of what they can do now as this game progresses to keep that Gladiator offense off balance and spread them out a bit more, hit some of those underneath routes, take advantage of Kevin Say in the passing game like they did just then.
Already about 20 attempted passes for Synergy in this first half as they give to Kevin Say, but this time the Gladiators are all over it. Will take him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, there were several Gladiators right there to make those tackles, to make that tackle there. I think Igor Barbatov was involved. Big defensive tackle making his presence known there.
It'll be 3rd and 3 from their own 27. Handoff up the middle, and he stopped after a gain of 2. And so St. Louis comes back and forces a 3-and-out of their own.
Now that is a huge play on defense there for the Gladiators. It looked like Kevin Say's momentum might have carried him to that first down marker, but I think that the refs maybe made a good call there, made a good spot, set us up a 4th and 1, and the Gladiators they forced the punt. DC has to get rid of the ball.
Then Cleef's punt is away safely, and it's Mondavi who gets leveled right at the 35. She's a youngin' there. You gotta be careful of the youngin' there.
David Leathers, the cornerback on special teams there, said, "Sit down, please." That's a good hit, good coverage by special teams there by the rookie cornerback.
Here comes Christian Brown and company out to lead his team on another drive. Unable to find the end zone yet. Need to make something happen with DC holding on to a slim lead. Handoff Martinez, and he's met in the backfield for a loss of 2.
John Gary out of Newport News, Virginia, 6'6", the defensive end there out of San Jose, makes a big play on first down. DC Dragons see St. Louis come out in that double tight end set. Think the ball might be going to Cairo Martinez, and they make the great play there on first down.
LA just forced a safety, and they take a 1-point lead on the game going on LSN. Pass to Koss is knocked up in the air and nearly picked off. DeSantis in on another great piece of coverage.
Right now, the DC Dragons defense is forcing their will on the Gladiators. St. Louis is trying to figure out, what's going on the defensive side of the ball. What do they need to be doing on offense to try and solve this defense that DC is throwing out there? Great job so far.
3rd and 12 here for the Gladiators. Pass over the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete. Pass intended for Paul Dillevue, 4th down.
And Christian Brown looking for Paul Dillevue again. Runs a great route. He's open there in the middle, but just can't quite make the connection there. Clint Hendershot, the veteran, coming over from Chicago, providing some of that back-end leadership in this DC defense. It's got a ton of rookies on it, but it's these veterans on that defensive side of the ball. Jack Russell, we haven't called his name yet. Kanye Rockefeller, Clint Hendershot. These guys, these veteran leaders on the DC Dragons defense are really helping spark their play today.
Punts away, and so we'll see Rockefeller try to start a return, and he's taken down at the 34-yard line. Visit the all-new SFL League website at www.simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Trips far side in the gun for synergy. Pass over the middle, and that should have been caught. Wide open was Fred Hamilton, but unable to haul it in. 2nd down, and DC will go into the hurry up. Another pass over the middle. This time it's caught for 1st down yardage.
Ziggy Ronick, the tight end on that reception there. Nice tight end up the field, continuing to stay in this no huddle.
Another pass, tries to hit Ronick again, and does, and it's another 1st down. These all slants after the first play are working to perfection here for the Dragons. Another pass, synergy pumps once, hits him again. 3 in a row for Ziggy Ronick.
They're going to throw it to the tight end if you don't stop them.
In the red zone. Go the Dragons. Synergy again. This time it's a corner route, and that one's caught, and they're down to the 2.
Oh, wow. DC Dragons lulling the Gladiators to sleep there. 3 passes in a row to Ziggy right up the middle, and then Shabazz takes his shot. Man, just can't quite connect, but they are on the goal line. Great play there. Great play calling to go to that hurry up. That's a fantastic drive, keeping the Gladiators backpedaling at bay, off balance on that drive. Now they got a 1st and goal. They still have to punch this ball in.
Offset eye behind Synergy on 1st and goal. It's a handoff for Kevin Say, and he will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, DC!
The Moose strikes. Kevin Say with the touchdown. Fantastic drive. We see DC Dragons changing things up on the Gladiators, going no huddle. With plenty of time left in the second quarter, they just saw something there in St. Louis's defense. They knew they had the opportunity to catch them off guard. Great drive by DC.
Of that long 66-yard drive, 49 of them came from quick hitters to Ziggy Hronek as Don Wilson's extra point is up and good. DC extends the lead to 11. It's 14-3.
14-3. DC Dragons, still 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, but on all accounts, all phases of the game, DC's playing really strong right now. That's offense keeping the Gladiators off balance on defense, and then as the DC Dragons defense heads out, another opportunity to shut down the Gladiator offense.
Kicks away. It'll be Elsie Mondavi who starts her return at about the 10, and this time she's able to get all the way up to the 27 before being brought down a little bit nicer.
That was a polite tackle.
Quite polite. And so we'll see Christian Brown and company come back out. Now they're down by 11 here, Benji. Something we haven't seen a whole lot of from this St. Louis team. Need to really get on their horse and get something going. First down play is going to be a pass. Brown over the middle is caught by Paul Dillabou, and they're down to the 48-yard line on a quick hitter.
Great play. Christian Brown goes right back to Paul Dillabou. They had an incompletion on the previous possession. Paul Dillabou runs the same route, and Christian Brown hits him right in the midst. That was a great pitch and catch there. That's a good success there. Gladiators have been going a lot to that corner route, which DC has been ready for. So here is a good example of what they can do a little bit differently. DC is sitting on those corner routes to the outside, and St. Louis is able to come right back up inside.
Offset single back in the ace formation here for St. Louis. Brown back to pass again on this first down. Just going to dump it up underneath. That's going to be a good pickup of 3.
Yeah, that's a good play there. It didn't have what they wanted downfield. It wasn't open, so that's just fine. Don't risk it. Dump it up to Kyron Martinez. You know he can take care of the ball and make something happen. Only 3 yards on that play, but that was the smart play to make.
Same for more formation, but flip this time around for St. Louis. It'll be a handoff for Martinez. Try to go up the middle, and it's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a yard on the play.
Yeah, maybe stout defense there. They were looking for Cairo Martinez that time. They were expecting him maybe to get the ball. Now 3rd and 6, big down here. The way DC's offense is playing, we already saw him go down the field running no huddle. The Gladiators don't want to give this ball back to him right now.
Our formation here for St. Louis. Brown back to pass underneath Dillabou. Caught, first down, St. Louis.
That was a great play there. Great play call and great execution by Christian Brown, looking for Paul Dillabou early here. Paul Dillabou is the favorite target here. He runs a great route, coming right across the middle there underneath, with someone streaking across the top. And that was a well-executed play there by St. Louis to move those change. And now, approaching the 2-minute warning, they've got an opportunity to go down, score, and come out after halftime and receive the kick.
That will bring us to the 2-minute warning. St. Louis driving down by 11 here at the end of the first half. Can they punch it into the end zone? We'll find out when we come back. This is the Simulationfl on Twitch. EC looking to hold St. Louis here at the end of the first half. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. Brown back to pass. Pressure coming. Sneaks away from one, but it's wrapped up at the 40-yard line. The DC Dragons get back for the sack. John Gary.
John Gary, his second sack of the season. They put the pressure on Christian Brown. The pocket collapses. We see Christian Brown step up, and for a moment you think maybe he's going to be able to get away, but big John Gary wraps him up and sets him down. Clock is still running here. St. Louis does have all 3 of their timeouts, but 2nd and 14. They've been having some difficulty with longer downs in the passing game. It'll be interesting to see what they call here on this particular down.
2nd and 14 for St. Louis. They're going to get a defensive lineman offside. Deep pass over the middle, tipped once, twice, 3 times. That's going to fall to the ground, but it'll end up being a free play for 5 yards for St. Louis.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99, defense, 12-yard penalty, repeat, second.
Benny Butcher gets slapped on the wrist for the offside penalty, and so we'll repeat 2nd down.
And Phil Koss was really the only receiver out in a pattern downfield on that 2nd and 14. They were hoping that they could catch a mismatch there. They didn't quite get what they needed, but they're thankful that they've got a free 5 yards here with a little bit more of an easy 2nd and 9.
Shotgun formation here on this 2nd down play. Brown going to dump it off near side to Martinez, and that's going to be caught, but he's just going to wander out of bounds for no gain.
Yeah, they were hoping that they would catch that one quickly and get some positive yards on that. No hesitation from Christian Brown. He just goes right away to Cairo Martinez in the flat. That was probably where they were going with that ball from the snap, but it just didn't work out for him on that play, and that sets up another 3rd and long.
Christian Brown's going to go under center. Only 2 wideouts in the formation here. It'll be a handoff to Martinez. Looks like they're just comfortable with Amy Shalizzi coming out and taking the field goal as they're wrapped up right after maybe a gain of 1.
And that's not a bad way to play this end of the first half here for St. Louis. It's been an interesting game so far. St. Louis hasn't turned the ball over yet, but there have been a few turnovers so far. St. Louis just going to be happy enough to put some more points on the board. Technically a 1-score game now if they make this head into halftime.
So the leg, Amy Shalizzi on to attempt a 51-yard attempt. Snap spot, the kick is away, and it's good. The leg strikes again. It's 14-6. DC still leads.
So St. Louis is content to just get the points here. Points are at a premium. We mentioned that early on at the start of the game that we thought this could be a slugfest. 6-14 in the first half. We did see DC really start to heat things up, especially the drive where they're running no huddle. So they were able to score a few points there on a few back-to-back drives. But points at a premium here. St. Louis takes what they know they can get and lives to fight another down.
Kickoffs away from Shalizzi as Rockefeller gets the return started from his own end zone. He's going to think about breaking a near side, then breaks far side, and will end up losing maybe a net 1 yard on the return.
And strategy for DC here, you do have all 3 timeouts. You have been moving the ball well. You've also thrown 2 interceptions here. So I think you want to be careful with your play selection, knowing if you can get something fast here down the field, maybe you go for a score. But you want to be careful playing the string out here at the 2nd quarter.
Another passing play here, pass near side, hauled in, and it's going to be marked right at the sticks. The pitch and catch to Carl Scott's good.
And the clock's rolling, but again, they still have their 3 timeouts. So maybe they'll call another play in the huddle designed to go down the field, maybe something on the sideline to try and get out of bounds, to go 10 to 15 yards. If they can complete that one successfully, get closer to midfield, maybe you'll start to see them use these timeouts.
8 men in the box here for St. Louis to counter the heavy run set. Hand up the middle for Say. He spins away from 1 and then is wrapped up after a good pickup of 4 and a first down.
Yeah, play call here, handing the ball off to Kevin Say. No timeouts taken. DC is going to be content to let this one go to the half and make some adjustments in the locker room and come back out and try and take this thing to the finish.
4 wideouts. We'll see if they try and get a playoff here to end the half or if they'll kneel it out. No, it will be a passing play deep over the middle, and if he wasn't taken down by Gerald Winkler, he could have gone for 6.
And we do have a timeout call. DC's going to set up a Hail Mary here attempt here at the end of the first half. They got what they wanted on that particular play. Sets them up for a Shabazz synergy throw to the end zone.
We nearly saw a Hail Mary tie up the ball game in the last game seen on this channel between Sioux Falls and Tulsa, where Sioux Falls ultimately fell to 0-5, a shocker to say the least. And so we'll see if Synergy and the Dragons can do any better. The only blitz for to St. Louis. Synergy deep bomb down the field, and it's picked off in the end zone. Synergy's third interception of the ball game, and that will end the half.
An interception that at the end of the day won't count. Now it counts for Colin Douglas. 2 interceptions in the game for the captain of this defense, Colin Douglas. St. Louis needs to go into halftime, though, make some adjustments, and come out fighting in the second half.
Colin Douglas now stands alone at 6th all-time with his interceptions. So just another great play from the veteran defensive back. But it's really been a story about this DC Dragons offense, though, Benji. Kevin Say has been lighting it up so far.
Absolutely. He's been the workhorse, one of the most often used offensive weapons in the entire league. Kevin Say is busy in the first 4 weeks of the season. He's been busy again here today. DC Dragons have really been able to move the ball at will whenever they've needed to. We see Shabazz has been able to distribute the ball. Kevin Say is running the ball well. And when they can have success on the ground with Kevin Say, it's going to open up the passing game for Shabazz Synergy. He's had a great day so far. He's almost at 250 yards passing. The Dragons are humming right now, Tyler.
Yeah, Synergy close to 250 yards passing, but 3 costly interceptions that haven't been too costly, haven't resulted in any points for St. Louis. And St. Louis just needs to come out of the locker room, I think, with a more improved game plan to get more than 3 points on a drive in this second half.
Yeah, that's always the what you'd like to see happen on an offensive drive here in the SFL. You want to put a touchdown on the board, and St. Louis is talking about it right now in halftime on defense. You still, even though Shabazz Synergy is playing well at quarterback and they're getting the ball out, you still need his key on Kevin Say here in the second half. Start playing some good defense. They're able to, get off the field. They've got, 3 interceptions by Shabazz. But St. Louis needs to come out strong and play defense first, put some pressure on this Dragons defense with a strong offensive game plan in the second half.
Cairo Martinez has been fairly ineffective so far, only about 23 yards. Maybe a key to success here for St. Louis is getting him more involved. As we come back from halftime, I'm Tyler Falk. He's Benji Madsen with Ben Warner on stats. The Commissioner Cameron Irvine is our producer. Welcome back to Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, as the Dragons are leading coming out of halftime, looking for their first win as they return to the SFL this season. And St. Louis down, they might have their first loss on the season if they don't come back and take control of this football game. Elsie Mondavi gets her return start, able to get it up to the 26-yard line, and so it'll be Christian Brown and the St. Louis offense who will start out the second half.
And when St. Louis had the ball at the end of the first half, they elected to play for the field goal instead of trying to force that ball down the field, perhaps with the opportunity to score a touchdown. They wanted to go into halftime with the score 14-6. They were looking forward to coming out first, getting the ball after halftime, after they've made their adjustments. So let's see what they can do now with the ball.
Swords up is the call from Christian Brown. He'll hand off to Cairo Martinez up the middle. Gets about 4 yards before he's brought down.
That's going to be his 10th carry of the game, just at 28 yards. So it's hard going on the ground right now for St. Louis, but you can't abandon the run game. You're still a one-score game. Cairo Martinez is a dangerous running back, so don't abandon the run. Just be patient. I don't think St. Louis is panicking, or they have no reason to panic yet in this game.
Another handoff from Martinez up the middle, and he'll be met right at the sticks and taken down right at the sticks by Casey Husky and Clint Hendershot.
Yeah, 2 handoffs in a row, 2 strong runs. Carl Martinez. This could have been just what they scripted here coming out of the halftime break. Turn around and hand the ball off to Carl Martinez.
In response to Leon Thunderman's question, Gugger is only 5'9", as a deep pass for Brown over the middle is knocked out of the hands of Phil Koss by Kanye Rockefeller. That'll bring up 4th down and inches.
And that is an interesting play call, perhaps on 3rd and very short after 2 straight Cairo Martinez runs. Interesting play call here to go back to Phil Koss. They're having some problems making that connection. Phil Koss had that big play on that corner out in the first half that really seemed to loosen up the Gladiator offense, or at least loosen up that DC defense. They go back to him there, hoping they could catch him open. It didn't work out for him. But I would have liked to have perhaps seen them try and pick up that 1st down on the ground with Cairo Martinez.
They'll trot out Graham Northrup to punt here on 4th and inches. Maybe back in their own territory, just wanted to play it safe and play the field position game, as Rockefeller gets the return started at his 28 and tackled at his 30-yard line.
And now for St. Louis, that defense comes back on the field. Kevin Say, only 12 rushing attempts in the first half for 75 yards, so he's doing really great, over 6 yards a carry. Only 3 receptions in the passing game, so the DC hasn't utilized him as much as they have in the past right there. But they've got a great opportunity to increase this lead.
The wideouts, an offset single back here for DC. It'll be dump off to the single back. Say, who spins away from one, jukes away from another, when it'll pick up 8 on the dump off.
Yeah, in the record books, that's just going to go as a 8-yard pass to Kevin Say on 1st down. But you see that play, how dangerous Kevin Say, the Moose, can be for this DC team. He makes 2 or 3 really athletic moves to catch that ball, stay in bounds, then juke a few defenders.
9 defenders in the box here for St. Louis, trying to plug up the holes, and they'll force Say to stop right before the markers. It's 3rd and inches, similar spot to where the St. Louis Gladiators were on their last drive, Benji.
Yep, and they're coming to the line quickly here. Good tackle by Igor Barbatov on the defensive line. You want to see him get engaged here on this 3rd and short, too.
Another handoff. Say, this time he's met in the backfield. Fantastic play from the linebacker, Mark Gronick, and it's 4th down.
Fantastic play by that St. Louis defense on 3rd and short to force the punt. Mark Gronick. Huge play by the 6'4", 245-pound linebacker. His 3rd season for the Gladiators.
Got some excellent uniforms on the field today. If you want to get your own, head to Sector 6. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL.
If I'm St. Louis, if I'm Christian Brown in this huddle, play call's coming in. We handed the ball off to Cairo Martinez the first 2 plays of that previous drive, and it was 3rd and short, and they tried to go up the middle. Let's shake things up here. Do something different on this 1st and 10.
Split back formation here on 1st down. Brown back to pass, able to get off in time to Martinez, but Martinez holds it in right at the sticks and goes out of bounds.
And that play call, or the result of that play, is more good DC Dragons defense than that was any sort of a poor play by the Gladiators there. The Dragons secondary just locked down. There was nothing open downfield. Christian Brown hung onto that ball as long as he could, tried to get it out so they could get some positive yards on that play, but it just didn't work out.
They've been able to get pressure back in the backfield all day, leading the sack and tackles for loss department, as they'll stop Cairo Martinez at the line of scrimmage again. This time it's Benny Butcher, the 3rd-round pick from Annapolis.
The Butcher. Had some laundry thrown on the field. He was offsides in this first half, so he kind of makes up for things there with a fantastic stop on defense there on that play.
What's 3rd and 10 here for St. Louis? It'll be a play action to Martinez, and a nice little pass over the middle is hauled in by the tight end, Phil Koss. We've been calling his name a
There we
whole
go.
lot today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the connection across the middle that they've been trying to make in this game. They finally get it here with this connection from Christian Brown to tight end Phil Koss. He's a great target out of New York, stands 6'5", on the season. Coming into today, 27 receptions, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he's a big weapon. They want to find ways to get him involved in this second half.
DC quarterbacks back off as one of their linemen jumps off sides. It'll be a nice dump off pass to Eagle Mondavi, who fumbles the football. It'll be recovered by DC, but it will go for naught as DC jumped offside at the beginning of the play. So instead of a turnover, Exeter Brandon gets called for the offsides penalty.
Yeah, the sure-handed Eagle Mondavi puts that one on the ground. You don't see that very often, but they're lucky that they get that ball back here on this redo.
Another first down upcoming for St. Louis after the penalty. It'll be a rare 1st and 5. Handoff, Martinez up the middle. He's only able to pick up 1 yard. Great pressure by this DC Dragons defense, and it's Benny Butcher again on the tackle.
Yeah, they're really hard to run on today. Great play up front by the defensive line. We haven't seen a whole lot of quarterback pressure. We've seen a few, but for the most part, the defensive line is playing really great, really strong in the running game.
Really stuffing up. Maybe he had a couple of lessons learned from what Keith Swearingen did to them a week ago. Dump off pass near side is led too far for Eagle Mondavi, and it'll be out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
We've seen on a few plays here, the Christian Brown really likes to hold on to that ball. You know, in a few plays, it's because there's great coverage downfield. In the secondary, there's just nowhere to go. So he hits his outlet receiver, and you'd like to see him maybe make that decision to get the ball out a little sooner. And that might be one of those moments where if you could have just gotten the ball out a little bit sooner, maybe we could have had a more positive result on that play.
Brown back to pass on 3rd down. Another out route. This one's hauled in by none other than Paul Dillevue, and that picks up the 1st down for the Gladiators.
Paul Dillevue's been that favorite target today for Christian Brown. Sets up another 1st down, moves the chain. So when they've needed that play to pick up those 5 to 10 yards to get that 1st down, they have looked Paul Dillevue's way today.
Handoff, Martinez near side, able to pick up 5 before being wrapped up by Hindershot.
Great blocking on that play by the Gladiators up front. Bursts through the line. Cairo Martinez picks up a great 5 yards on that 1st down. And here, we haven't seen very many 2nd and 5s for the Gladiators today. They got an opportunity here. Playbook's wide open. You're ahead of schedule. You know, change things up, do something different on 2nd and 5. You can afford to take a shot here if you want to, although they're lining up in perhaps a run-first formation.
9th play of the drive, a very methodical drive here for St. Louis. Brown back to pass again, dump off Martinez out of the backfield, and it's Martinez able to pick up the 1st down.
Throwing Martinez in the flat out of that run-heavy formation. That was a great play call by the Gladiators there. You know, you have DC looking to pack things in, and they come out throwing the ball. And Cairo Martinez is wide open in that flat. This time, Christian Brown gets him the ball early. He's able to turn up field and pick up the 1st down.
This will mark the longest drive of the game so far for St. Louis with their 10th play of the drive. Pass over the middle, and that comes off the face mask, it looks like, off of Paul Dillevue. That'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there in the middle on that play. Paul Dillevue just could not quite bring that one in. Falls incomplete for 2nd and 10.
Saw a blocked field goal last week off of face mask. This time we see an incomplete pass off of face mask.
With those single bars, you could almost just catch that ball with your face mask.
More than likely. Brown back to pass here on 2nd down. Another pass over the middle. That one's incomplete, intended for Guy Clausen.
Yeah, trying to get Guy Clausen involved in the game here. Runs a great route. Just couldn't quite make that completion. DC Dragons packing it in again there in the middle.
will bring up third down after 2 straight passing plays for St. Louis. They are in field goal range, but they are down by 8. Need to put up a few more points than 3. They need to convert here on this third down. Handoff, Martinez up the middle, trying to catch DC offside, but Rockefeller and company say, you only get 5, you're not getting the first down, and so St. Louis will bring on the field goal unit.
I can only think that they wanted to run the ball with Cairo Martinez because they were pretty confident they'd be able to catch DC off guard. That's a crazy play call for 3rd and 10 when you know you'd like to get a touchdown on this drive. Instead, they have to settle for the field goal.
39-yard third attempt here for Amy Shalizzi, and it's up and good. St. Louis continue to chip away at DC. Score now is 14-9.
Yeah, chip away is the right description there, Tyler. And with Amy Shalizzi kicking the ball for you, you still have an entire quarter to go. We could see 2 more Amy Shalizzi field goals for a Gladiator victory. We don't know how it's going to go down here, but St. Louis has been playing good defense here so far in the second half, limiting what DC's been doing on offense. If this defense continues to play strong after this halftime adjustments, we could be in for a finish like that today.
Rockefeller takes it in his own end zone, jukes past one return man, and gets all the way to the 24-yard line. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow and subscribe to all the channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. From teams to podcasters, final scores to major highlights, SFL Social has you covered.
And St. Louis has quietly been playing some good defense here. After this play, I'll touch on that.
4 wide receivers trips near side here for DC. They go back into the play action. Deep pass over the middle. And it's picked up by St. Louis. And they're going to set themselves up in prime field position. Zach Holdorf forces the 4th interception of Shabazz Synergy.
Speaking of good defense, Zach the Hitman Holdorf, first interception of the season, and what a timely play. What a time to get your first interception on the season for Zach Holdorf there. Sets up the Gladiators almost in the red zone.
One of the main differences between these two defenses is St. Louis has forced interceptions while DC has been able to get pressure in the backfield. DC looking to put even more pressure in the backfield here and stop the advance, as they'll force Martinez only to gain about 1 yard.
Yeah, it's almost as if they were looking into the future last drive when they decided to run that draw on 3rd and 10, then kick the field goal. Shabazz has thrown 3 interceptions, although one of them we won't count, but maybe St. Louis is just banking on their defense, keeping them in this game today.
Brown, near side, caught by Mondavi, and he reaches for the first down and will get it.
If Eagle just would have reached out, outstretched that wing. Oh, they did give him the first down there. Okay, my fault. So said he could have stretched a little bit farther for that one, but he makes the play. Great play by Eagle Mondavi.
Benji, are you doubting the wingspan of the Eagle? He can do that, and he can fly. We haven't seen him do it yet, but maybe here in a little bit we'll see something spectacular. Brown back to pass, near side on the out route. It's Dillaboo, and Dillaboo will pick up the first down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Christian Brown really likes something here on this left side of the Dragons defense. And Paul Dillaboo is the recipient of this pass here. Great call, running the out here in the red zone. And Paul Dillaboo gets him a little bit closer to this end zone, now inside the 5. This is a huge series here on the goal line for the DC Dragons.
See, come up a little bit more tighter on the coverage. Lately, they've been playing a lot of loose coverage on the outside. Dump off, Martinez on the dump off, and he will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis. Cairo Martinez gets his first reception touchdown of the season.
Christian Brown with his first touchdown pass of the game today. They've gone to Cairo Martinez in the flat like that several times today, but it just hasn't quite worked out. But perfect play call on the goal line by the Gladiators, and Christian Brown's able to hit Cairo Martinez in stride for the touchdown. And just like that, St. Louis is in the lead.
And for the first time today, DC has been leading this football game since the second quarter when they took a touchdown advantage. Now St. Louis trying to put them up by 2 with an Amy Shalizzi extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. St. Louis takes their first lead of the ball game. It's 16-14.
Yeah, very quietly, St. Louis has been playing some stout defense even before the halftime. 4 of DC's last 5 drives have either ended in an interception or a punt, the exception of a great drive and a touchdown there in the middle. So the Gladiator defense is really starting to tighten up here, making things difficult for the Dragons.
Shalizzi will kick it off to Rockefeller, who stands about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and this time he elects to take a knee, and so they'll start this drive on their own 20-yard line.
And we talked about St. Louis not needing to panic yet in this game, and the DC Dragons, no need to panic yet. Still a lot of football to play, and you don't need to change what you've been doing on offense because it's been working. You just need to stick with it, have a bit more success maybe here or there, get this ball down the field, but keep doing what you're doing.
Or wideouts and offset single back here to start the drive. They hand off to Say, and Say will get stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
That was a fantastic run stop there by the linebacker, Mark Gronick. He made a similar stop to end a DC drive earlier in this second half. That was a big-time stop by the linebacker.
Trips near side of the formation here on second down. Dime package out for St. Louis. 5-step dropper synergy, out route, near side is hauled in by Kay Marion, and she's able to pick up 8 yards.
Good reception there by Kay Marion. It's been a while since we've mentioned her, but able to bring in the reception on that route when they needed to have it. That was a great play call there, getting Kay Money Marion back involved in the passing game.
3rd and 2 upcoming. St. Louis stacking the box with 8 men in there. Offset eye behind synergy. They elect a pass. Dump off to Say. Gets behind the defenders and will pick up the first down.
Wow, on that play right there. That Gladiator would have had his head up, eyes on a swivel. He might still be running with that ball. But great result there for the Dragons. They get the first down out of it, getting Kevin Say involved. And that's what you got to do now if you're the Dragons. You've got Kevin Say in the backfield. Let him chip away at this Gladiator defense.
And Say jukes away from 1 and will pick up 5.
Almost on cue, right? Turn around and give it to Kevin Say. He has been a workhorse for DC this season. Coming into this game, 125 total touches, which at the time was good for 3rd in the league. And then we had mentioned his 45 receptions at the start, 2nd among all receivers in the league. So you're used to giving the ball to the Moose. Don't stop now.
And they'll hand off to the Moose again, and this time it'll be picked up and dropped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. As we reach the 4th quarter, Gladiators have taken the lead here late. Can the Dragons strike back? You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Welcome back to DC. St. Louis leading here 16-14. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Benji Matson with Ben Warner as our statistician for the night. Thank you, Ben. And the Commissioner, Cameron Irvine, is our producer for the evening. Dump off far side, and that's going to be good for a first down.
Yeah, going back to Kevin Say there, which we're going to expect to see that here in this 4th quarter. The score is so close. Just, only 2 points separate the Dragons from the Gladiators. When the game's in the balance, you can control the tempo. You can control the game with your star running back, Kevin Say.
Go to him on a little play out to the near side. He'll pick up 9. Had some really great blocking from the tight ends and tackles.
Yeah, great blocking on that play. 2nd carry in a row, picks up a big 9 there. He's getting close to 100 yards on the ground, 18 carries, still averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Did have that one big run in the first half, but Kevin Say is still running strong here today.
2nd and short, 8 men in the box for St. Louis. Offset eye behind synergy. Handoff, Say up the middle will have the first down. It'll be taken down at the 45-yard line. DC is driving.
Methodical drive here, being patient. There have been several turnovers, so far in this game. They want to be careful, but they also want to make sure they take advantage of the opportunities that the Gladiators are going to be giving them. Now they've crossed midfield. Time's not an issue. Your playbook's still wide open.
Bar formation handoff. Say able to take it up the field for a good pickup of 5. He's had some pretty good, decent little chunk yardage, averaging 4.8 yards a carry.
Yeah, we've touched on Kevin Say, early in this game today. We've seen a couple plays specifically where his athleticism is just a clear indication that the rookie is extremely talented, and you can lean on him in a game like this.
Deep drop for Synergy. He's going to dump it off underneath, and that's going to be caught right at the sticks. They'll mark K. Marion just short, so it'll bring up 3rd down.
A great underneath route there, and K. Marion and that big 6'6" frame is able to make that catch there, almost able to convert the first down. Not quite, but does set up a 3rd and short. We had an issue with 3rd and shorts earlier in the game. You would like to see them turn around and hand the ball off here to Kevin Say.
Synergy talking to his line, sees a whole bunch of Gladiators in the box, make it 9 defenders, handoff Say, and he's going to lose yardage, and St. Louis will force a 4th down.
Big play in the trenches there. St. Louis expected Kevin Say to get the ball, and just like that, the Gladiators make a big play on a crucial 3rd down. I'm not going to measure that one. It is a true 4th and a yard here.
DC gonna go for it here on 4th down, looks like, on the 36-yard line. St. Louis sends the house, but it's gonna be Synergy who takes the timeout. We want to welcome our friends from the 11 Sports Network as you guys watch a thrilling contest with LA taking down Vancouver. DC and St. Louis going here right now. St. Louis leading 16-14, just took the lead late in the 3rd quarter. And DC has been trying to drive here late. Looks like they may have to punt this football away here, Benji.
Yeah, really interesting spot on the field. They might not have the range in the kicking game to convert the field goal there, so they're going to bring out the punter. They're going to try and squeeze St. Louis down that goal line and put the Gladiators with their backs against that end zone.
Von Cleef will get his punt away to the near side. Ball's tracking to the corner. It's going to fall to the 5, to the 4, rolls to the 1, and excellent special teams work from the punting unit of DC to pin St. Louis deep.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect special teams play there on 4th down. You did what you had to do. You made the play. Gladiators come out 1st and 10 on your 1 on the goal line. Haven't had great success running the ball with Kyle Martinez. So are they going to try to run here, or are they going to try something in the passing game to catch him off guard?
The run with Martinez on 1st down. He gets forward progress to about the 2-yard line, and that'll just be about that. St. Louis has kind of struggled a little bit here on offense, not seeing the numbers we usually see from them. Christian Brown only at about 150 yards on the game so far here, Benji.
Yeah, credit to the DC Dragons defense. Good coverage in the secondary, great defensive line play up front. They're making it really hard today for the Gladiators.
Round, quick out route, far side is hauled in for a good pickup of 6 to the Eagle Mondavi.
Yeah, and that's a good play call there on the goal line. You're backed up. You want to at least make some room for your punter there, but with the clock starting to become an issue, you don't want to have to punt from your end zone. You want to, at very least, pick up a couple 1st downs here if you can.
8 men in the box showing blitz. They'll back off. Only send 4. Brown under pressure. Dumps off to Martinez underneath. And Martinez has some room to run. We'll get it all the way up to the 20-yard line. And more importantly, a 1st down for the Gladiators.
Oh, man. I thought Christian Brown was going to go downfield with that one at the last minute. He was standing tall in that pocket. He was waiting. And we saw Kyle Martinez at the bottom of our screen wide open. But for a moment, I thought Christian Brown was going to go downfield. But he made the smart play there, dumped that ball off, and they're able to convert a huge 1st down. And St. Louis is going to want to string a couple more of these along. A 99-yard drive here for a score of any kind would be incredible. But at the very least, they want to get downfield a little bit. If they have to punt the ball, they don't want DC getting that ball with good field position.
Another veteran play from the rookie Christian Brown. No interceptions today, only one touchdown. Corner route near side is knocked away by a man we haven't seen called his name lately. John DeSantis knocks away another one.
St. Louis trying to sneakily go back to that corner route, and then they caught going back to the first half. Phil Koss on that big corner route. John DeSantis defended one of those earlier in the game too. So St. Louis almost kind of is just waiting to strike with that corner route, and DC sniffed that one out.
Christian Brown changing up the singles at the line here on second down. 3-4 look from DC. Handoff Martinez, and he'll be wrapped up in the backfield by Benny Butcher again.
That one didn't have a chance. Looks like perhaps Clint Hendershot getting up off the ground there on that tackle, the veteran. That one just wasn't going to go anywhere. Clint Hendershot was going to make sure of that one. Great play by the veteran.
Good play there by Hendershot. Benny Butcher's made a couple of nice tackles, but it was Hendershot who came up with that one. Offset eye behind Brown on 3rd and 12. He'll go back to pass. Deep pass over the middle, and it's picked off. Christian Brown throws his first interception in 2 games, and that one goes to the Terrier, Jack Russell.
We have not called Jack Russell's name yet in this game. The veteran signing of Jack Russell by DC was a huge move in the offseason, and it pays off right here, right now, at home. The Terrier gets this ball back for Shabazz and this DC offense. Fantastic play by the veteran.
St. Louis sends 9 to the box here on first down. It'll be a quick dump off near side, but they're unable to link up with Josh Gill, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
DC's already on St. Louis's side of the field. First interception of the day by Christian Brown. They, in hindsight, they've been testing that middle of the field all day long, and it finally burns them. And so now, if you're DC, offense gets back on the field. You're getting close to field goal range. You got Kevin Say behind Shabazz Synergy there. Time is going to start to become a factor here. You want to melt some of this clock if you can.
6 DBs in the package for St. Louis. Out route, far side, hauled in by Banfield, and Banfield will pick up 4. He's down to the 35-yard line.
St. Louis just not able to react quick enough to that play. On an out route, Jeff Banfield has had a great game today. A touchdown early in the first half to kind of set the pace for DC, and picks up another short gain there. Good gain for DC.
Synergy going to be all by himself on the gun with trips to his right. He's back to pass. Slants over the middle is knocked aside. Great defensive play there from Zach Holdorf. It brings up 4th down.
They're looking for Josh Gill, the first-round draft pick across the middle. We really have not called Josh Gill's name today. Largely been held in check by the Gladiators, and they were looking at him there. Could not connect with Josh. Again, their first-round pick this season out of Washington, D.C.
Again, we'll see DC trot out the punting unit. Pin St. Louis at the 1 last time out. We'll see if they can do the same thing here. Van Cleef's punts away, angling to the corner again. Knocked down at the 7, rolls this time into the end zone for a touchback.
Nailing them on the goal line, 2 punts in a row would have been tremendous there. They're not able to capitalize on that play. Gladiators catch a huge break and now get the ball out at their 20-yard line.
So here comes St. Louis now. Had to punt the ball away. They threw an interception. It's rare to see Christian Brown throw an interception in this league, but he threw one last time out, and they'll give off to Cairo Martinez for a gain of 7.
Yep, Cairo Martinez been largely quiet today, approaching 50 yards now on the ground. I think about 20 carries. So it's just been tough sledding on the ground for the Gladiators today, that Dragon defense, especially that front line. Exodus, O'Brien, John Gary, Benny Butcher. They're playing great on that defensive line, really limiting what the Gladiators have been able to do on the ground.
Offset eye behind Brown here on 2nd down. He's back to pass, throws it near side, hauled in by Eagle Mondavi, but they're going to say he was out of bounds, and so that'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Big 3rd and 3 here coming up. for sure for St. Louis. They want to maintain possession here, but the clock is now starting to become an issue. So draining 30 seconds off here by running the ball is an option on 33, even if you don't get the first down.
Offset single back behind Brown on third down. Be a handoff Martinez up the middle, and Martinez is able to muscle his way for the first down.
And when you needed to have it, Cairo Martinez delivers there. Lunges forward for the first down. Still not the best game on the ground for Martinez, but here in the fourth quarter, game on the line, clock starting to become a factor. You know the Gladiators still feel comfortable turning around and handing the ball off to their halfback.
We'll bring up first down here for the Gladiators. Another offset single back for St. Louis. Hand up Martinez up the middle. They'll get about 2 and will be taken down. Tomorrow on For the Fans, Week 5 begins with one of the league's best rivalries to the big screen with Ramos' 3-1 Mexico City Aztecs and Mighty's 3-1 Florida Storm. Network-wide coverage begins with the conclusion of Lone Star and London, and later bonus coverage is the newest rivalry out west, Portland and San Diego. Coverage starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. The SFL on For the Fans football season is only just beginning. Brown's going to go back to pass here on second down. He's not going to be able to get away from the pressure. He's taken down for a sack. DC Benji has really brought the house all game long. That time it's cooked with the sack.
Good pressure up front by the defensive line all game today. Christian Brown, we've talked about it on a couple occasions. He's standing tall in that pocket, really holding on to that ball. If you look at that replay again, they had Cairo Martinez in the flat wide open. They could have dumped that ball off, gained some positive yards on that play to keep the clock running. I mean, as it stands right now, 3rd and 14, you absolutely don't want to throw an interception right here. This is going to be a hard first down conversion.
3rd and long, only one true wide receiver in the formation. Back to passes, Brown has to roll out of it, throws over the middle and nearly right into the hands of Kanye Rockefeller, and he drops the surefire pick.
Kanye Rockefeller wants that one back. The 11-year veteran's got 44 interceptions in his career. That would have been number 45. And what a time to have number 45. Christian Brown fades to the left in the pocket there and slings that one. And Kanye Rockefeller has a chance to reel that one in. As it stands, though, they're going to get the ball back. So great stand on defense. But man, Kanye Rockefeller, that would have been a huge moment in this game for DC if he could have reeled that one in.
On 4th down, unsurprisingly, St. Louis is going to trot out the punting unit. We'll see Graham Northrup attempt another punt and attempt to switch field here for St. Louis. Rockefeller stands at about his 36 and able to take it all the way up to the 39-yard line. 2 punts in the last 2 drives here, Benji. They need points, and they need them in a hurry.
Yeah, the going back to the start of this second half, St. Louis's drives, 3 and out, a field goal. Well, I'm sorry, a 3 and out for DC, an interception, a 12-play, 40-yard drive, and then another 3 and out. So they're going to need about 40 yards here, maybe 50 yards to have a chance at a field goal at the gun.
Synergy back to pass here on first down. Pressure coming, and he's just able to get the ball away before Tom Dupstep wraps him down.
And we've called Todd Dupstep's name a couple times today. He's been putting good pressure on the quarterback from his defensive end spot. Just in large part, Gladiators have not been able to get to Shabazz Synergy to sack him, to force them into some long downs and distances, which has kind of helped the DC Dragons be able to convert so many first downs and have good success through the air.
We'll flip the formation for first down. Does DC. Quick underneath route is tipped up in the air, almost picked up by Drew Reilly.
Yeah, Drew Reilly would have had a chance to end this game real quick right there. Still makes a good play. The 5-year veteran, the cornerback out of Humboldt County, California. That's a good play on 2nd and 10 to set up the play of the day here, perhaps at 3rd and 10. What's DC going to do? They're going to put this ball in the air. Who are they looking for on this 3rd and 10?
Really has 5 interceptions on the season, good enough for 2nd in the league. Unable to hold that one in. 3rd down, trips far side. Synergy, deep ball far side, but it's knocked away. Good play from the cornerback Peltier, and that'll send out the punting unit for DC.
Yeah, Freeman Peltier, we haven't been able to call his name very much, but he is rock solid in that cornerback spot. We haven't called his name today because they haven't gone to that side of the field many times today, but that was pass defense number 71 in his career. Just a stone wall over there on that side of the field for the Gladiators.
Once away, Elsie Mondavi will start the return at about the 20-yard line, able to sneak away from one, nearly gets away from two, and will get all the way down to the 35-yard line. Next Saturday on the 11 Sports Network and the For the Fans Switch channel begins with a border war between Mexico City and Lone Star in a Southern Division fight. Charleston and Jacksonville clash later in an Atlantic Division matchup. Bonus coverage includes San Diego, Fort Worth. I think I might have the wrong script. Instead, you'll see Lone Star, Mexico City, San Diego, Fort Worth, Charleston and Jacksonville, and one other game which I missed. Offset single back here for Brown, dumps it off to Martinez, and Martinez is met in the backfield by the Dragons, who swarm to the ball carrier and will take him down for a loss. And that'll bring us to the end of nearly regulation. 2 minutes left to go. St. Louis leading, trying to hold on. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Welcome back to DC. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Benji Matson. Glad you could join us here for the conclusion of this football game. Brown back to pass on second down and has time, floats it far side to a wide open receiver, and it's caught and hauled into the 45-yard line. Guy Clausen gets his first reception of the ball game.
Great, bold, aggressive play call by the Gladiators here. Christian Brown looks the defense off, and at the last minute comes to the left side of the field to Guy Clausen, who gets loose up the side of the field for a massive first down. Guy Clausen, another rookie for this Gladiator squad out of Trenton, New Jersey, makes a huge play for the Gladiators when they need one.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the opposite side of midfield for St. Louis. Should just be able to run this ball out, you'd think, if they're able to control the clock. Instead, they'll go back to pass. Dump off underneath to Phil Koss, picks up 6. And DC will call their second timeout.
Christian Brown's being careful now in the pocket. He knows he has to take care of this ball after throwing an interception on that previous drive. You've got to take care of the ball. That's the number one thing you have to do in this situation. I'm a little shocked they're not handing the ball off to Cairo Martinez, but those were high percentage pass plays that we saw in these last two downs. See what they do on 2nd and 4.
Handoff, Martinez up the middle, met immediately at the line of scrimmage, and maybe taken down for a loss of 1, and that will set up 3rd down.
And so much for running the ball with Cairo Martinez. DC just destroyed that one, able to take a timeout now. So this is the game right here for DC. They have to stop St. Louis on this 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, a very important 3rd and 5. For St. Louis. Brown's going to go back to pass on the 3rd down. Out routes wide open to the far side. And it's hauled in by Eagle Mondavi. And that should just about be that.
Great play there by Christian Brown. You thought they might throw the ball. That's kind of in their MO there on this last drive. And they look and they find Eagle Mondavi to pick up the 1st down and seal this for St. Louis.
So for St. Louis, they'll go to 4 and 5, just continuing an excellent start after a scare here in DC. DC played valiantly, but just was unable to put any points up in the second half, and that's kind of why they lost today, Benji.
Yeah, they played very well at home. DC Dragons are continuing to improve, and they played one of, if not the best team in the SFL, the St. Louis Gladiators, to a 2-point game. They played really well today. I think when you watch the tape, it might be just a few unfortunate mistakes and a few key moments of the game that cost them, but they went toe to toe with the Gladiators today.
DC was able to force the pressure, coming away with a total of 4 team sacks. Just really got pressure on Christian Brown all day, making him feel uncomfortable. But St. Louis able to get the job done.
Able to get the job done on the road, which is the hallmark of a championship caliber team. Uh, it is quite obvious that the DC Dragons are so much better than their record indicates, and I think that they have been playing teams really strongly, really closely. But this is a good sign if you're St. Louis, able to win a tough, grinded out game on the road.
And it's official. The St. Louis Gladiators will take the win 16-14 and will move to 5-0. Benji, nothing but praise for both defenses. We mentioned the pressure applied by DC, but how about the St. Louis defense? 4 interceptions, including 2 by Colin Douglas, which now sees him sit alone at 6th all time.
Yeah, those were the plays of the game for the Gladiators today. Strong defense on the road. That's what you have to be able to fall back on when you're in the SFL on the road, especially if you have designs on winning a championship. And today on the road, the Gladiators were able to do just that, picking off Savaz Synergy 4 times. We know one of those was a Hail Mary at the end of the first half, but those other 3 interceptions were just costly. Big interceptions in key moments of the game when the Gladiators need to have them.
Offense was efficient and able to get the job done. Only over 200 yards for Christian Brown, but where they were helped was by that defense, just setting them up in prime field position with those interceptions.
Absolutely. In fact, it was a short field in the second half only that allowed St. Louis to score the go-ahead touchdown on just a 4-play drive. So it was their defense that set them up. But that DC Dragons defense made things uncomfortable for the Gladiators on offense all game long. So it just came down to a matter of inches, just a few plays here and there that were the difference in the game. But it was that Gladiator defense that set up the offense to allow them to make that play to win this game.
Kevin Say really had himself a day in the losing effort, close to 100 yards rushing. Just an incredible performance from the rookie.
Absolutely. A bright, shining star for the DC Dragons indeed, as Kevin said, and they're going to continue to have a good season this year with him.
We'll give the player of the game to Cairo Martinez. 23 attempts for 55 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. So that's going to do it for us here in DC. St. Louis wins 16-14. For my partner Benji Matson, Ben Warner on stats, and the commissioner Cameron Irvine, I've been Tyler Falk. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. And until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.